Good evening, folks. Mike here again on the porch. Um, Something happened today, made me think about it. I just decided I'd go ahead and make a video about telling the truth and how important it is for everybody, but particularly men, to tell the truth. Um, because men are, like it or not, held to a higher standard. And honestly, if you've got friends or people you work with or people you are around, you have a relationship with, once they find out you are a liar, it's hard to recover from that. Um, People are kind of usually done with you. Um, it kind of tells a lot about your character. But anyway, before we get into that, tonight I'm smoking a Trinidad Tommy Bahama. I know it's a little gimmicky, but I saw it on the Cigar Place website I like. Um, and it's a I think it's a Nicaraguan, all Nic Puro, AJ Fernandez's farm. It's actually pretty good. I thought with Tommy Bahama name it'd be, gimmicky, but it's actually burning pretty good so far. Lit good, good draw, good, lots of smoke as you could see. So far so good. We'll see. Um, just starting it, so um, a little vanilla and spice, creamy. I don't know. It's pretty good. I'm actually surprised. Good. The other thing, if you remember, I told you, and I don't know if it was the last video, the one before, I talked about my wife trying to hunt down that Jack Daniels 10-year for me. Well, she, unbeknownst to me, she continued to try to find it at all the local stores, could not find it. Ended up getting me this uh, bottle of short barrel Sasquatch. It's a store pick from a local store here. And it's a bourbon finished in maple barrels, I think. It's it's pretty good. You never know with these things, but it's pretty good. It's I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm gonna enjoy this bottle. She said that where she got this store pick, they usually have a big barrel when you walk in, and they put all their store picks on it, and they were all gone, but this one, I think. And then over the weekend we went shopping, and it was raining all day Sunday. It was our anniversary, so we ended up going to shopping and ate lunch out. Went to Total Wine, and I know people like Total Wine. I've never found anything there worth the crap. I mean, they got the normal stuff. I've never found anything, real good. And honestly, to me, the prices aren't any better than, our local liquor stores we got around here. But since we were there, went in to check it out because you never know, I guess. And they had the same, but they were out of it, and that's the only other place I've seen it. But it's a little sweet. It's very good though. It's kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but for like a dessert drink or something after dinner, and it actually goes with this cigar because the cigar is a little sweet. So anyway, pretty good stuff. Sasquatch. Love anything Sasquatch, so of course had to buy it. But anyway, so something happened. As you know, I'm a supervisor at work, and I've got people working for me. But something happened that got me thinking. In when I prior agency I worked for before this one, the sheriff's office, where I retired. At the end of my career, I worked 3 years in internal affairs and 5 in the integrity unit, which the internal did the administrative violations people did, and integrity did more criminal violations that the officers did. And you got to separate them for some work related reasons. You can't you can't have internal affairs doing a criminal investigation. But it's a long story. But anyway, um, our unit did that, but my partner and I primarily did human trafficking cases in there, but we also did some integrity cases, and the rest of the squad did pretty much integrity. They just ran the human trafficking out of there with me and him. But what you learned in there, it was funny because when I was asked to go to internal originally from the detective division, I didn't want to go. First time I turned them down. A buddy of mine was the sergeant in there, and he couldn't find anybody that he wanted. And I went, and I'm like, I don't want to go there because, you know, you think everybody's like you. Nobody would do the goofy things you find out that they do once you're there. and you didn't know people lied so much. And it's funny because to this day, I always tell people that at these, depending on the department, I guess, and we had a pretty proactive department, discipline wise, and I say that it was fair. I never felt they didn't go after people or headhunters, but if you did wrong, they would address it and, you know, fire you if need be. But I tried to tell people that most of the time people did not get fired for what they did. They got fired because they lied about it, tried to cover it up. And it's usually something that's pretty minor. It may have been a procedural issue that was wrong or something that they did. And, you know, you're looking at maybe paper, maybe just a talking to. But even if you're looking at a suspension, why would you lie about it and turn it into a termination? But it happened. I mean, not a lot, but enough to where it kind of made you wonder, what are people thinking? And the weird thing about internal affairs is, by law, you have to present everything. Unlike in a criminal case, in a administrative case, we had to give everything we had, all the interviews, any pictures and witness statements, all the interviews you did with the complainant or other people who might have seen what happened, any video, audio recordings. The officer, in question, had access to all that before you could talk to them. You would provide it to them, and of course the police union would look at it with them. And, you know, a lot of times you'd see all that and you go, surely they're going to come in here and tell the truth, and go, well, yeah, this is what happened. But you'd be surprised how many times they didn't. And like I said, a lot of times it wasn't even a big deal. I mean, it wasn't even they didn't fill out a form or something, you know, like a use of force report. The force they used was justified, nothing wrong with it, but you failed to fill out a use of force report. But then they would tell some lie to cover up why they didn't do it, and that would get them fired, because the one thing they would not tolerate is departure from the truth. And on the rare occasion somebody lied about something and for some reason they didn't get fired, or they got, you know, put on teleserve, which is basically they take you away from the public and you take reports over the phone. You're always labeled with that as a liar, and you can't get away from it. And people never forget it. It's hard to get over that. So I don't understand why people don't just own what they do. I understand why, you know, it's human nature to try to minimize and think, but there's a difference between trying to minimize or justify it versus actually lying. When somebody asks you a direct question and you answer with a lie, it's hard to come back from that. Now, take the police out of it. Think about that if it's with your family, your wife, your kids. You know, you just can't, your friend. It's not a good thing. It's really not. I mean, none of us are angels. Everybody tells white lies, or, You know, you don't want to go somewhere, so well, I got to do this. I can't go. You know, I got to, you might make something up. But there's a difference between that and when somebody asks you specifically a specific question and you tell them a lie. And the worst part is when you tell them a lie for no reason, or you embellish stories, or you make up things, and you're like, why would you make that up when you find out it's a lie? Why would you make that up? Nobody cares. You know, you're you. Why we like you the way you are. Why do you think you got to impress people with your fancy stories? I don't get it, but man, a lot of people do it. Look at politicians. I don't know. Anyway, just think about that. You know, you think it. Most people watching this, I'm guessing, are in their 50s. I would think, or older. You would think at this age you'd know better. You'd have learned about that, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people don't. Um, I don't understand it. And I don't know why you would risk that, knowing the reputation you get that goes along with it. But it's just, it's mind blowing. But anyway, that's all I want to say for tonight. Pretty quick little video, but old Tommy Bahama here, pretty good stick. So I think I just bought a single, because a lot of sites won't let you buy singles, but Cigar Place does. So it's nice. You don't have to buy a 5-pack or a box or something. But I think I'll be buying more of these. It's not really a Maduro, which is what I prefer, but it's pretty good on a night like tonight with this sweeter whiskey here. It's pretty dark, if you see that. It's pretty good. Anyway, you guys have a nice night. It's Monday, so make the best of your week. Hopefully y'all have a good week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.